Well, hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to my channel and today's video. Apologies for the setup. I wasn't planning on filming today. I'm currently at my parents' house. I haven't washed my hair, hence the hat. I'm in a weird setup, but despite all of that, I wanted to film this video. After putting out my video last week and seeing the incredible response to it, I knew that I had to film something else. I don't know if I'm doing this for me or for you. I just was honestly so overwhelmed by the response. I didn't put out a video to get any sort of reaction. I genuinely feel as though I wanted to explain to you guys what's been going on. You are my online family. You have my back. You cheer me up, and I felt as though I wanted to talk to you guys about what was going on in my life, the good and the bad. After putting that video out, it was honestly one of the most nerve-wracking videos I've ever put out, and it wasn't even like that explosive. There was nothing in it that was like a huge secret, things that I'd already spoken to my friends about, but I was still really nervous to put it out. But I am so glad that I did. The number of messages, I don't think I've ever got that many messages like off the back of a video ever, but one thing that really got me is the number of people that could relate to something that I had mentioned in the video, and I was actually really shocked. I thought it would be, I've gone through a breakup, but the most common thing that I noticed was the number of people that could relate to the whole toxic friendship situation. That really hit me quite hard. And it made me think, God, like, I'm not the only person. I know I wasn't the only person that was dealing with it, but it just made me think, like, wow, actually, a lot of people are dealing with this. And also a lot of people don't necessarily know how to cope with that, because, like I said in last week's video, sometimes that can be harder than the breakdown of a relationship. So, after this, like, 5-minute long intro, I wanted to do a video telling you guys things that I have found have really helped me dealing with things that have been going on over the last like few weeks, months, just recently in my life. If any of these things help you, then I'm happy. Okay, intro done. Really should have washed your hair, Danielle. Really should have washed your hair. I want to focus on the positives and things I have been doing over the last few weeks that I think personally have been like my saviour, and how I have dealt with various moods and emotions and feelings. My number one thing, and this probably won't be a surprise to anyone, but it has been exercise. Now, I know that finding the motivation to exercise can be so difficult. Trust me, I get it. There are days when I wake up and I'm like, nah, not today. I can't be bothered. I just want to stay in bed. I want to eat junk food. I want to just binge, like have a Netflix binge. But honestly, as soon as I get to either my class or I get down to the gym and I get into the zone, my dad's decided to do some construction work, fab. I can't even describe how it helps. I just forget about everything and I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I like enjoy that like struggle of a workout, that like burn feeling that I get, because I think, God, you know what, forget everything else that's going on. I'm doing this for me. I'm going to benefit from it. I don't have to do anything for anyone else for this next hour. It's all about me. Like, be a little bit selfish. And if you don't go to classes or go to the gym, I've actually been doing my own workouts at home. I get up one of my own workouts, mainly because it's quite amusing for me to look back and see all the workouts that I've done, and obviously I cringe at them now, like the voiceovers, some of the moves that I do, I absolutely cringe, but I have a great time because I don't remember them all that I've done. So I'm like literally trying to follow along, as you guys would be as well with my workouts, trying to like do the moves that I have actually created, and then before I know it, I'm out of my mood. So I can't stress enough how much exercise has helped me mentally and just emotionally to kind of forget about all of the crap. So that has to be like my number one thing that I've done, that I would really recommend. Like, you don't need to have an expensive gym membership, you don't need to go to fancy classes, you can literally do a little bit of a workout in your bedroom. Another thing that I definitely didn't think that I would end up doing, because I've never been this sort of person, is I've been reading loads. Now don't get me wrong, I love a bit of a self-help book, and I'm going to list a few of them down below that I've been reading. One that I finished in like 3 days was by the Slumflower, who, that's their Instagram account, and it's called What a Time to Be Alone. Now the title seems a little bit depressing, but it is filled with like affirmations and also like explanations as to why certain people might be how they are. Now it hit me so hard that I've actually made a page of one of the book as my background, but that is a page from the book, and this is actually all about emotional unavailability. Honestly, the number of pages that I like folded over and was like, right, I need to remember that, I need to remember that, and I will keep that book and reference it, because reading a book like that helps you realise that you're not on your own, you're not the only person in the world that feels like that. And sometimes I feel like you do feel like you're the only person in the world. I honestly thought I was the only person that had ever lost a friend, like in those circumstances. And reading a book like that, it's like, oh, okay, other people deal with this like crap too. So I read that. I'm also now reading Oprah's book. I can't really remember the titles of them because friends have recommended them. I've seen them on Amazon. I'm like, yes, buy. I like bought like 5 books, and I was like, let me just buy them all and make my way through them. But reading has been quite therapeutic for me, and especially as I'm trying to spend less time on social media, reading for me has become my new go-to, rather than picking up my phone and scrolling on Instagram pointlessly for like an hour. But I am going to list the books that I have found below. Another one is a book called Heart Talk, which is a book of small little poems by an author called Cleo Wade. She's an American author. I think she's American anyway. And I love a quote. I love a little poem. My saved folder on Instagram is full of quotes that I've found, and I absolutely adore her book. I also have Bo Taplin's book. Again, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you need to, and you need to buy his book, because everyone kind of finds solace in different things. For me, I massively find it in quotes and little like poems and things that kind of just help me just get it a bit more. I've also been writing a lot. Now I don't mean writing for like my website or work, things like that. I mean old school, notebook and pen. If I feel an emotion like that's heightened, I will write in my book. I take this book pretty much everywhere with me, and I think it stemmed from when I had a gratitude list. Now gratitude list, oh, something's just run across the garden. What the hell was that? That's not even a cat, that looks like a wolf. Anyway, a gratitude list is either a list of 3, 5, 10 things that you are grateful for, and you write them every morning or every evening. I went through a phase of writing every evening 3 things I was grateful for on that day. It could be that someone complimented my outfit. It could be that I had a really lovely day with a friend of mine. Like, it doesn't have to be materialistic things. It's the real things in life, and basically you train your brain to look for the positives rather than the negatives. And from that, I took it one step further, and I thought, do you know what? Let me write everything that I feel, whether it be positive or negative. I'm going to have one hell of a memoir. I'm just putting it out there. And anything that I've felt, any emotion, I have written down. What has been crazy is I went back the other day and read like some of the earlier entries that I'd written, and I was a hot mess. Like, who absolutely was I? Like, I was some crazy lady with crazy emotions, but in that moment, that's what I felt. And it's actually enabled me to realise how I've progressed and how I've actually moved forward. Because some days, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, you're like, I feel exactly the same as I did a month ago, 2 months ago. You don't realise the progression that you make because you are with yourself every day. And sometimes it takes going back and reading to realise, oh, I'm doing all right, like I'm doing okay. You go, girl, do your thing. Ultimately, and I feel like this is kind of moving on from that now, you're gonna feel really rubbish some days. You are gonna feel crap. And I think having these things that are quite selfish for yourself, and you're focusing on yourself and you're focusing your energy back onto you, I think that we all need to do that a little bit more and not focus on other people, other things that are going on. And this again is kind of referencing the video that I did with Keely that is on my website. I'll link it below. about how it's okay to like honour yourself and appreciate yourself, but we just don't do it enough. Like if we all did it a little bit more, we'd all be really happy. After the response to last week's video and so many of you saying that you can relate because you've been through something similar, like that breaks my heart that so many people have been through something similar, because trust me, I know how it feels. That I wanted to share with you some of the things that have helped me get through this time, and also just to let you know that like you're not the only one going through it. Like my DMs are always there if you ever want to have a little chat. Like I promise I do try and get back to as many as possible. Or you know, I've obviously got Twitter, so feel free to tweet me. Has any of what I've said made sense? I feel as though after doing this video about how to deal with maybe like a toxic friendship, I would like to do more chatty videos about things that you guys are going through that I can potentially relate to, and to talk about how to deal with things. Yeah, let me know in the comments the sort of things that maybe you guys are going through or dealing with, and maybe that you would want me to talk about and offer some guidance. I'll try and help if I can. I'm sorry if I've rambled in this video. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on filming it, but the response was just so overwhelming to my video last week, in both good and bad ways. Great that so many of you like reached out to me and felt as though you could connect with me and that you wanted to connect with me, but so upsetting that a lot of you have experienced similar things to me. So for that I say thank you for letting me know, because you, like purely you lot, have been the inspiration behind this video. Like this is all purely off the back of you guys sending me DMs. So thank you so much for making me feel better, cheering me up and genuinely putting a smile on my face with your messages. And here is to taking on the world together and getting through the bad times. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a brilliant day, and I will see you very soon.